Hello, my sweetest friends, and welcome to Swansea, my JOANNA NEWSOM themed island. This island was heavily inspired by Ease and Have One On Me, my two favorite JOANNA albums, with a bit of Milk-Eyed Mender and Divers sprinkled in. A couple of things to note before we start the tour. I did not decorate my beaches or my house because they do not spark joy for me personally. And my island can get pretty laggy anyway with the amount of items that are placed. This is going to be a substantial run through of the meaning behind all of the decorations and villagers that I chose. So if you're a JOANNA fan and would like to explore on your own before I over explain everything, I will insert my dream address below and in the description. I'm hoping someone more prominent in the community like Flores Crossing or Katie on Calico will take a tour of my island in the future, but hopefully this will be fun for those who want to take a deep delve into Swansea. And I apologize if I miss anything. I've been working on this for over a year, and it's easy to forget why I made some of the choices that I made. So first thing I'm going to do is open my map. My residents are Fauna, Ava, Olive, Deli, Dizzy, Butch, Elmer, Sparrow, Tad, and Dottie. I set the time as cherry blossom season because of the lyric from Only Skin about the blooming cherry trees. In my entrance, I kind of wanted to have a double bridge moment. And I based my rock garden around a harp as a general ode to JOANNA's main instrument. We're going to start on the right side of my island, which is the more quote-unquote urban side. I have a couple of little cafes here featuring peaches and pears. Unfortunately, there are no plum trees in the game, but blossoming plum trees in real life actually look a lot like cherry trees. So if we move down here, this is my peach plum pear orchard. And Peach Plum Pear is the first ever JOANNA song that I heard, so of course I had to pay tribute to that. It's one of my favorites, especially from Milk-Eyed Mender. I think it's such a fun song and so interesting. So up here is Resident Services, or as I like to call it, the Good Intentions Paving Company. And if you do end up visiting the dream address, there is a little gift for you outside of the Good Intentions Paving Company. We'll go around here. I just did a few decorations. And up here is where I put the Able Sisters with a tiny little tribute to ribbon bows. And of course, Nook's Cranny. And then it's just a little square around resident services. But over here I set up this concert venue, and it features most of the instruments that are used in JOANNA songs. So if we head up this way and we go up the stairs, we're entering the neighborhood section of the island. And this whole tier 1, I guess if you want to call it that, is inspired by Monkey Bear from Ease. Elmer is the horse from the song who lives down in the green hay. And hopefully he does not get loose and get grass sick. Then over here we have Deli's house, who is obviously the monkey from Monkey and Bear. His house is a little more elaborate because, you know, Monkey enjoys the finer things in life, I suppose. So on the right we have some milk and honey, and then on the left we have the stone that Bear threw to mark where they'd stop for tea. And then over here is Olive's house, and she represents the bear from Monkey and Bear. And we have the little organ that would grind dregs of song for the pleasure of the children who'd shriek and throw coins at her feet. And from her house you can actually see the campground I've set up where Monkey shouldered his lamp. And I don't think you can see it from here, but there's a little cave back there. That's where Bear went spelunking. So up on the second tier, there is a mix of ease and whom. So we'll go on the left side first. This is Butch's house, and Butch's yard represents the first half of Only Skin. So Butch is the toothless hound dog choking on the feather that I have sitting there in the yard. And then there's also the lyric about taking your fishing pole down to the swimming hole where there grows a bitter herb, which is represented by the mums. And then down here you can see the webs of seaweed that are swaddling. So on the right side, this is Sparrow's yard. And Sparrow represents the second half of Only Skin, and we have Fauna doing some kind of stretches in the background, as you do in Animal Crossing. But he is the brown bird that hit the picture window. And we have the snapping dogs, and I'll move over in a second, but there's some bones on the ground that represent all her bones that are gone. We have a fine young cherry tree and a little willow cabin to rest on your knee, as well as a campfire over here because there is a lot of fire imagery in Only Skin. And then if we continue over here, we'll do the middle house first, which is Ava's house, and Ava's house represents Emily. So the lyric, the muddy mouths of the baboons and sows and the grouse and the horse and the hen, that's where I got Ava from, the hen. And there's rusty light on the pines tonight. And the butterfly is from the lyric, the butterflies and birds collide at hot ungodly hours. And then I used red windflowers as poppies. And the fountain in the middle here is meant to represent the river where Joanna and Emily were skipping stones. To the far left, we have Tad, who is the frog going courting till the day he croaks from Easy. And we have plucked every last daisy clean, and like a Bloody Mary seen in the mirror, speak my name and I appear. To the right of Tad is Dottie's house. Dottie is the runaway bunny from Baby Birch. We take a walk along the dirty lake and hear the goose cussing at me over her eggs. And then there is an empty stroller in the back representing the loss of a baby. Over here on the right, Dizzy is the elephant from Go Long. We have guitars and pens, but we've never been to the fire pits with you mighty men. We get a rare sighting of one of our villagers. So Fauna is the tallow-colored walleye deer from in California. And this is the burn pile and the dry well, and I included golden roses in the back for California because it's the Golden State. Fauna is so cute. So let's go back down and cross the land bridge. And over here is a freight train from the song Swansea. And then there is a sunken path, which is an ode to Colleen from the E Street Band album. And this leads us to Red's ship. And there are a bunch of shell decorations to represent the sea where Colleen came from. We'll take this path up and then hop back over to the train station. This is a little reference to leaving the city. And now we actually will leave the city and go explore the left side of the island. So this entire area down here is dedicated to 81, which is one of my favorite songs on Whom, and we are having a little garden party. Actually kind of a big garden party. I really love this song, so I wanted to make this area really stand out, really special. And next is the top of the wide white stairs from Sawdust and Diamonds. And here is the damnable bell, as well as the beehives for the lyric, "Fill my long ears with bees." We'll go this way to see a little view of my house. So my house is an ode to Cosmea. We have the lonely nights down by the river and the moonlight that caught our eyes as we rose through the air. And the moth is meant to represent the Cosmea moth that is on the cover of Ease. And this bridge right here marks the start of a very long path dedicated to bridges and balloons, which makes calm canaries irritable. And this whole section is also just meant to be evocative of the artwork and the themes of divers, as well as this little river here being the river of time from Time as a Symptom. So I'll walk kind of slowly through here because this is probably one of the most decorated sections of the island, and I just think all of the colors and everything are really pretty. Back here, my museum is tucked away, and we have some runes as well as a millennial moon from Waltz of the 101st Lightborn. And that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, for tuning in, for listening to me ramble. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I really look forward to hearing what everybody thinks. And I'm really, really excited that I actually completed an island. I'm really proud of this one, and I'm super excited that everybody gets to see it. I hope you enjoy your visit. Bye!